Analyzing human adaptability to environments. Xuefeng. I have long pondered a question: is it better for a person's adaptability to various environments to be strong or weak? If adaptability is strong, could one be assimilated and consumed by the environment? Like a feral child who eventually becomes like a wolf. Would an angel, after spending a long time with demons, also gradually evolve into a demon? Could a sage, living among ordinary people for a long time, be transformed by the surrounding cultural environment into an ordinary person or a commoner? As the saying goes, you are influenced by those close to you. The environment does influence people, and the impact of the environment on people cannot be ignored. Strong adaptability inevitably leads to assimilation by the environment, and ultimately one might unwillingly conform and corrupt. Therefore, the ancients taught, a wise official chooses his lord well. A phoenix does not land in a place without treasures. If adaptability is weak, could one be eliminated and abandoned by the environment? A person who is too picky about the environment, finding this uncomfortable and that annoying, seeing too many faults in this person and too many shortcomings in that person, unable to coexist harmoniously with the environment and others, aloof and unhappy, seeing oneself as a flower and others as inferior, will inevitably find life difficult and full of sorrow over time, but can maintain their unique character. As it is said, better to be a shattered jade than an intact tile, better to be the head of a chicken than the rear of an ox, better to be a spirit under a flower than a person in the world. Whether it is better for a person's adaptability to be strong or weak is hard to define. I will only talk about my adaptability to the environment. Eating, I eat anything: sour, spicy, sweet, fresh, stale, leftovers, rich, bland, Chinese food, Western food, meat, onions, ginger, garlic. I eat whatever is available, grateful to have my stomach filled. I mostly drink tea, but any beverage or coffee works for me, and I also drink alcohol. Clothing, in my memory, I have never bought clothes or shoes and socks for myself. What I wear has been bought or given by friends and family. Whatever comes, I wear, regardless of it being slightly long, short, baggy, tight, or whatever the color. Living, as long as it shelters from the wind and rain, any housing is acceptable. I have lived in everything from seaside 5-star hotels, villas for 16 years, ordinary rural houses, tents, woodsheds, underground shelters, chicken coops, cramped low houses where you can't stand up straight, buildings, bungalows, and messy transit hotels. I've spent 6 months where several people squeezed into one room, making turning over at night difficult, but I adapt to whatever comes. Travel. As a child, my family had about 15 sheep, so I herded sheep. Walking 60 li of mountain roads back and forth in a day did not feel tiring. In middle school, I walked 10 li each day to school without a bicycle. Over the past 18 years, apart from long journeys by car, train, or plane, I mostly drive myself. Regardless of whether walking or using any mode of transportation, I adapt and am not picky. Work. I am originally a farmer, so I have worked as a migrant worker, done farm work, later graduated from a technical school and worked as a machinist in a workshop, then graduated from an educational college and worked as a teacher, and after graduating from a University of Economics and Trade, worked abroad as an interpreter, then started my own business. I have worked in over 20 different jobs. No matter what job I am doing, I am fully committed. Now, I am guiding Life Chanyuan, writing articles daily, and planning the construction of the Life Oasis, enjoying it every day. I've interacted with all sorts of people, but almost never met anyone particularly unpleasant. I can get along with everyone. Old age. As I get older, my mindset becomes more tranquil. I once concluded that real life begins at 40. Before 40, one lives in confusion. Looking back, I was naive before 40 and did not understand many truths about life. Now, having passed 50, I have finally tasted the flavor of life, understanding and accepting everything. Whatever people or environments I encounter, I can be at peace and adapt without fussing over anything, fighting for anything, or overly pursuing anything. I have entered a state of adapting to circumstances, going with the flow, acting naturally, and doing things spontaneously. Illness. When I was young, I rarely fell ill. For about 18 years, I do not remember being seriously sick. I was quite robust. But no matter where I felt discomfort, I never blamed the heavens, my parents, or my friends. I accepted what came, never seeking special treatments. Even expired medicines, if described well in the instructions, I used and took. Death. I have long seen through death, so now I am not afraid to die, whether by starvation, freezing, old age, illness, or some other way. I feel quite satisfied with life, feeling that my life has been complete. Even if I were to die now, there would be no regrets. What needed to be done has been done, and what needed to be experienced has been enjoyed. Now, I leave my life in the hands of the greatest creator, no longer worrying about death. So, if I were diagnosed with an incurable disease, I would firmly refuse treatment. Living one more day or one less day makes no difference. Now I live each day to the fullest, and after death, I want my body cremated without leaving a grave, ashes, or any trace. Above is my adaptability to the environment. Now living in the kingdom of the greatest creator, the utterly communist society of the life oasis, I no longer face issues of adaptation. I am fully integrated into the environment, and living my life in the life oasis is the greatest blessing the Buddha and the greatest creator have given me, with nothing to complain about or be dissatisfied with. Currently, as the fourth branch is under construction and housing is tight, I share a room with others. Since there is no dining room, I fetch meals from the cafeteria and eat wherever I sit, which I find quite charming and enjoyable. I feel I belong to those with strong adaptability to environments, able to survive and live in any situation, but the environment has not extinguished my Buddha nature. This might be related to my mindset. I am just a common man, an ordinary person from a poor family, average looking. According to dear ones, I'm a second-class disabled person, 4 centimeters short of the standard handsome man height of 1.76 meters. My standard is, as long as I have enough food to fill my stomach, clothes to wear, a house to shelter from wind and rain, work to do, health and safety, and a few like-minded companions, that's a great blessing. For someone like me, there's hardly time to appreciate and be grateful for my current life, let alone any right to criticize others or the environment. September 15, 2011. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information.